Hi, it's Kylie Coo. Welcome to my studio for the second time today, but I'll explain more about that in a moment. So I'm going to be working in my chunky funky journal. It is Friday the 26th of April, so this should go up on Saturday the 27th of April. So I say welcome again today because I've already filmed doing this page. The only thing is, I think my SD card failed. I thought to begin with my computer wasn't working when I put the SD card in, but it's just having difficulty reading it. I've tried it on another computer and everything that I filmed on this page just isn't there. The card can't be fully read, so I think it's the card. In a way, I'm relieved it's not my computer, because I think that would have been costly to fix, so easier to get another SD card than having to do that. So this is a page I created. I was quite pleased with it. It had windows, archways and sheep. But that's gone. The filming's gone, so I'm going to do another page. I might not have the same amount of time, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's see where it takes us. So I had made a couple of little notes to try and remind myself of what I'd said, and I've actually mislaid the note. Hang on, is this it? Yeah, because I name-checked a lot of people. I'd given shout-outs to lots of people, so I want to try and do that. So I'm just going to get started. I was mainly using earlier some things that I'd just been going through, things that came through the door this week, and there was quite a lot of stuff, you know, bits and pieces from my kind of garden subscription magazines. So I'm just going to glue and chat and we'll see where it takes us. 2 pages in one day will be good going for me. I do like that page though, and I'll leave some still images at the end. So yes, let's get started. Try and get some bigger pieces to get down quickly. More windows, so we'll start with that. I guess it was a windows leaflet that came through the door. Yeah, so I've not been here for a couple of weeks, and that was because I had to go away for a few days, and it happened at fairly short notice. So I was away on the Friday that I would normally sit and do this, but I tried. I kind of thought that I might. I think I prefer that one. I kind of thought that I might be able to squeeze one in before I went, but I realised it was just going to put a lot of pressure on myself trying to get that done. So I thought it was best to miss the kind of week. And then when I came back, well, it was just before Easter weekend, the long weekend of Easter, and at that point the weather here was really good. It was good all across the UK, and for that reason I thought there are some things I need to be getting on with in the garden, you know, make the most of the weather. The weather was so good. I think it was probably the hottest Easter weekend on record since, yeah, obviously since record started. So yeah, it was very good. And what? And yes, so I got on with a lot of things in the garden. Just felt that I needed to make the most of that weather. So, you know, although I couldn't get to here, in some ways it was quite good having a little break from it. I mean, I love making YouTube videos, but sometimes it's nice just to kind of have a little breakaway, and especially when other things need to be done. So it gave me that opportunity. Also got a bit of decluttering done in the room that I kind of call my study. It was such a mess before, and I just really felt that it needed to be tidied. I'm kind of annoyed that I've got that white edge, but I don't think I can take it up now, can I? No, I'm going to leave that. I shall cover that with something else. Yeah, so I got that tidied up, and it's strange really, but I love going into that room now and seeing just how tidy it is. It just makes such a difference to go in and see it tidy. In fact, I go into the room now just to look at it because it's so tidy. And I'll be going in there to edit this video, which hopefully will work this time. Can't believe that SD card stopped working. I think it's maybe because I obviously take it in and out of my camera and put it in and out of my computer, and I don't know, I guess it's just got damaged somewhere along the way. As I say, I'm just relieved it's not the computer, because that would have been probably quite expensive to fix. So, yeah. I was saying I was just making this an easy session today, trying to get back into the swing. As it turns out now, not quite so easy, you know, double the work, but you know, I don't mind. It's another page getting done in this journal, so I'm pleased about that. I like that bit of carpet. This is looking like it's going to take on a kind of blue kind of theme. What else to tell you? What else to remember and tell you something? I'm going to have a slurp of my coffee, excuse me. And it's very hot because I just made it. So, yes, I want to get back into the swing. I've got a couple of videos I want to make this weekend. My Art and Soul Studio one, I do a video for the Art and Soul Studio Facebook group for every first Wednesday of the month. And my co-host Diana from the YouTube channel Artfully Yours with Diana, which I'll link below, she does every other Wednesday, so go and check her out. She does quite a number of live streams, and I'm hoping to maybe do some live streams soon. And she's been giving me a little bit of advice on, you know, ways to kind of set that up, because I've not done it before. And my good friend Tanya from the channel Tart and Taz Creates, I was chatting with her on the phone yesterday. We were having a good catch up. It was a while since we'd spoken, so it was good to catch up with her. She was giving me a lot of advice as well, because she does live streams too. So, and she very kindly sent me links to various pieces of equipment that she's using. So, yeah, all in all, that was very useful. So, I'll link both their channels below. So I was saying too about going to make a video for Art and Soul Studio. I want to get that done tomorrow if I can. And I might have done it today, but now doing a second one of these will kind of eat into my time, but that's okay. So I'll give a shout out to Sylvia, and I'll put a link to her channel below. She is a member of the Art and Soul Studio Facebook group, and she participated in some of my monthly prompt challenges for the group. Everybody that participated and showed their work in the Art and Soul Studio was entered into a draw to win some Happy Meal from me. So that's been sent off, Sylvia. If you're watching this, you should have it very soon, and I hope you like what was in there. So I'd meant to get all of that sent out before I actually went away. I'd started pulling it together, but then, you know, as I say, I had to go away, so it was a case of just kind of dropping everything and going. So I think I had about 6 packets of Happy Meal to put out. So I'd started them, and then that was another reason for not getting back to filming this, because I wanted to make sure that those were done and out before I started on anything else. So I got that done, which was good. I actually made a little journal to put in some of them, and I was going to show you that. I thought about showing you that, but I'm not going to do that just now because I don't want to kind of spoil the surprise of those that will be receiving them. But it's a nice little journal. I like it anyway, so I might actually try and make a video of maybe making one. Sorry, I'm just looking for different things. So, what else? Yeah, the weather that weekend of the Easter weekend was absolutely superb. Made such a difference. But a kind of strange thing happened. I kept noticing how dirty my car looked, and twice I actually hosed it down because it looked kind of gritty. It was funny colour as well, and I thought, oh, it's just stuff blowing off the fields or something. Because, you know, I think as I've said before, there's kind of fields round about, and I thought, oh, it must just be blowing off the fields. It's been dry weather, so it's just all kind of coming from that. And then after this happened about 3 times, I thought, the last time I remember this kind of thing happening, it was actually, wait for it, sand from the Sahara Desert. And lo and behold, the following day, there was a bit in the news saying there was large deposits of sand from the Sahara dropping onto Scotland. And what had happened was there'd been, I guess, strong winds in the Sahara, but the way it was going high up into the air and being carried on the thermal floor, or whatever it's called, and landing in Scotland. So that was the reason for my car being so bad. It's funny how that happens, that something like sand can come from a country so far away. But there we go. One of those interesting little things. Oh yeah, so the other thing I was going to tell you was I'm hoping to work on 3 videos this weekend. This one obviously, and 2 become 1. My Art and Soul Studio one, and I might get round to doing my positivity video, wild positivity. I'd like to try and get that done. But that just depends on times. But I've got 3 days. I managed to do my weekly grocery shop late yesterday, so that was Thursday, which means now that I hopefully don't need to go beyond the garden gate today, Friday, Saturday or Sunday. So that will hopefully give me lots of art time and a bit of garden time if the weather's okay. And yeah, just time to kind of relax. Oh, I'm desperate on that coffee today. I have had 2 or 3 cups already, but yeah, needed that one. So that was the other thing. When I was shopping yesterday, I actually bought a few items. I went to one of the bigger supermarkets. The shops around here are quite small. So I went to one of the bigger supermarkets and I bought a few things that I was going to show you. So let me stretch over here and get them. So the first thing is, there's nothing terribly exciting, but because I'm using so much glue, these were £2 a pack, but I'm getting 3 for 2. So that was in Tesco's, just for anybody in the UK that wants to see that. So 3 for 2 I thought was pretty good. However, just to do a quick comparison while I remember, this was This was one I spoke about previously. I actually got this in Morrison's in their little... All the supermarkets now seem to be doing a little kind of... I don't know what you would call it. A kind of essentials area that it's almost as if they're taking over from kind of some of the pound shop type things. And this was... I'm sure it was only £1 for all those. So I'm not going to use them today, but I will do a kind of... See how they compare with the Pritt Stick later. So that's just kind of that. The other thing I got was this magnetic list pad. Nothing exciting, just go in the fridge so I can note down the groceries I need as and when I run out of things. The thing that bothers me about this, though, I don't like this. They've got, you know, so it goes on that way. I would prefer the squares on that side, but I guess you write it and you tick it off that you've done it, whereas I would do it on that side. So a little thing, but 100 sheets there in that. And how much was that? I had to go back and write this down because I forgot. £1.50. I bought some straws. These were £1 for a pack of 30. I haven't made any beads for a while. I saw these and I thought, right, that'll be good. I'll get making some beads again. I saw these paper clips. They were £2 and they're quite small, they're gold, and they're certainly better quality than the last ones that I bought. I bought some cheap ones a while ago, but as soon as you attached them to a piece of paper, they were just so soft. So they were a bit more expensive, but better value. Overall, better value for money. More expensive, but a better quality is what I'm trying to say. So I got them. Didn't need them, but hey. And then I got these two little books. They came together in a pack. These were £1.50 for the two. So I think I've still got a note here of it. 60 lined pages in each. I just thought they were kind of nice looking. They're stapled, so if I was using them for any wet media or even gluing, I will take the staples out and kind of rebind them. But they're A5 size, so you can see them compared to a composition notebook. Now, you know, you would probably be able to get, if you're in the US, at least 2 composition notebooks, maybe even 3 for the price of that. But, you know, I thought they were nice. I quite liked them. I don't know what we'll use them for, but there we go. Bit of a stationery addict. Just on composition notebooks, and let me get back to gluing, or I'll never get this done. I want to say a big thank you to Elaine. Elaine sent me 2 composition notebooks. That was just so kind, Elaine. And you know, I know that postage from the US isn't cheap. Your composition notebooks maybe are inexpensive by comparison to here, but, you know, postage is not cheap. So, you know, I'm really grateful to you for doing that. That was just so kind of you. And, of course, there's some happy mail on its way to you. I don't think Elaine has a channel. Tell me if you do, Elaine, and then I would link it, but I don't think you do. So yes, a very big thank you for that. Now, Elaine also said to me, because I'd mentioned previously about Annie, who had asked a question about where I'd got them, Elaine said, you know, if I wanted to give one to Annie. So Annie, if you message me perhaps through Facebook, I will send one on to you courtesy of Elaine. I've forgotten my little book to glue on. So one of the other things I was talking about, if I remember rightly, was I've been giving a lot of thought to these types of books. You know, I call this my Chunky Funky. I'm not sure I like that name now. I don't know why I called it that. I did think about changing it, but you know, you kind of recognise the videos now by that name. So this is going to stick awful. So just so sticky. I don't like that little bit white down the edge, but the sheet is down now, so she's staying. Yeah, so, you know, I call it chunky funky. Don't know if I like that, but I'm going to just stick with it. But I try from time to time. Ooh, is that the other side? I try from time to time to watch some videos on this kind of art. And I'm calling it art. Not everybody will call it art, but I'm calling it art. Certainly creative, so... And, you know, different people seem to stick in different things, which is good, you know. There's no right or wrong. I'm getting too pernickety here, I know that. That will just have to stay. I will disguise it at some point with something, a bit of paint. Yeah, so, you know, some people just kind of stick down receipts and whatever, and I love the way that they do them. I think mine's takes on a bit more of a collage type feel, although I guess sticking anything down is collage in a way. But, you know, I was looking, people talk about glue books, collage books, this type of thing, you know, the kind of chunky funky, fatty, whatever you want to call them. And, you know, I guess I reached a conclusion that at the end of the day it doesn't matter what you call them. These are books for ourselves, happy to kind of share, and if people enjoy seeing this type of thing, then that is great. A couple of words that I'll keep there. Oops, avalanche. I did have somewhere a squirrel. There we go. That'd be quite a good one to have as well. And a hedgehog. So I think I'm kind of losing my train of thought because I'm trying to go reasonably quickly today. I'm not going to rush out because I've still got time. But yeah, also trying to remember everything that I said. Sorry, I've gone kind of quiet because I'm now thinking about kind of how I want to incorporate this. But equally, I love the colours here, so I want to try and keep some of that as well. The red squirrels are so beautiful. I see mainly grey squirrels, and I love the grey squirrels too. I know that they are deemed to have been part of the reason that the red squirrel population declined, but you know, it's not for me to say who should or shouldn't be here. I just want to move that slightly. I want both, but I want something in there. So, was there anything else I said? Let me see. Not written it down, but one of the things, getting on talking about this type of book, that's because I lost my train of thought there, is I originally saw Crystal from Art It Out do one of these books, and that's kind of how I got into it. So thank you, Crystal. And it's not working for me. Can you tell I'm thinking? So yes, I originally saw Crystal from Art It Out do one of these books, is what I'm trying to say. And at the time, when I was going to start it, I actually kind of followed through to see who else was doing them, and I'll link Crystal's channel below to see who else was kind of doing them, and to see how they'd started. So I think, going back in time, the first video that I could actually find was from a woman called Tangi Baxter, and I was going to rewatch her video last night. I think I'd watched it originally when I started doing this. Sorry, I don't like the straight lines. So I didn't get around to watching it, but what I'm going to do is link it below as well. And it was quite a number of years ago that she did it. I don't know, something in my mind saying 7 years, maybe longer. So yeah, they've been around for quite a while. She doesn't seem to be making videos now, but you know, that won't stop me from putting the link in anyway. I'm thinking it too much. I am thinking it too much. I'm going to cut a little bit of this. So you maybe hear the birds in the background. They're all doing well. Lots of bird activity just now in terms of nesting and whatnot. So that's always good to see. Excuse me. That's one thing. I think with the sand from the Sahara, I think a lot of it's obviously in the air, and I thought, again, you know, a few days ago before I realised what it was, I thought it was my hay fever starting because my asthma was getting quite bad, but I think now it was probably the sand and the air. Don't know quite what this is going to turn out to be. Not that it needs to turn out to be anything other than a pile of images glued in. So I think I want to take part of this off. I like that fireplace, so I don't know. That feels better. So I have a feeling I mentioned some other people, but it has slipped my mind. So, you know, I'll give shout outs to others next time I do this. I'm not going to stick his nose down because I want something to go in the back there, but I think I shall put the butterfly in about here. Let's just put a little bit of pink in that, so this lottery ticket kind of mirrors it. This is a much smaller SD card I've put in this time, so I'm going to have to make sure that I don't run too long. It is 8 megabytes, but gigabytes, sorry, 8 gigabytes. But it's amazing how quickly I can actually get through something like that. You know, fill it up. Okay, so I've put it in a few more bits and pieces. This would be my issue if I was doing live streams, I think, that I stop and dither. Dithering's not a bad thing though, that's okay. You know, it shows taking time, just enjoying. Oh, I think these are sticky labels. Right, surely within here there is sufficient to get this page completed. I like that because, again, I think it kind of picks up the colours that have been in there. So could I put that down in a one-er? No, maybe 2 pieces. One in here. One up here. A little bit of white on that, but I'm just going to leave it. Ooh, it's getting hot in here now. The sun's starting to come out. Oh, I'll just say that a cloud moves over, but that's okay. When I was filming earlier, I actually had to make a makeshift screen. The sun suddenly came out and it was flooding over. It was lovely. I went to shut the blinds and then realised I couldn't because I have tomato plants and sweet peas coming from seed on the windowsills. It's still a bit too cold to put them in the greenhouse, so this has been used meantime also as a kind of mini greenhouse. So I then got a towel and a broom and set the towel across part of my camera setup and this broom sticking up in the air, trying to block the sun out because it's just so bright. Now that's very bright as well. Could add a bit in here. Straight edge there. And you do it just too short. I can see I'll probably end up doing some patching in here. It's just a little bit too... I can't even talk in whole sentences now. So, I maybe said it already, but I'm using this kind of process today to get back into the swing of things. I have been creating, I was doing stuff for the Happy Meal to go out, but, certainly not making any videos or doing any kind of, what I might call art for myself. Oh, don't tear, don't tear, don't tear. And, I do want to get those couple other videos done this weekend, if at all possible. I kind of miss doing my weekly positivity videos. I really enjoyed doing that, but took the conscious decision that I wasn't going to do my wild positivity on a weekly basis. I just wanted to take a little bit of the pressure off myself. I know a lot of people following along with the positivity deck cards. We're finding it difficult to keep up every week, and I totally get that. But I am kind of missing something. I mean, that whole year of doing positivity, gosh, my stomach's starting to rumble now, I'm getting hungry. That whole year of doing positivity was really good for me. I really enjoyed it, and I think kind of stood me in good stead for this year. Things have been a little bit difficult this year on a number of fronts. Just life stuff. Life happens, as they say. There's been some really good stuff as well, really good. But, having worked so much on the positivity last year, I think it almost built up my store of it. And that's no bad thing. But I feel I almost need to re-energise my positivity for this year. I'm just not sure it's not quite flowing as I want it to. I'm enjoying the stuff that I'm doing, but I'm just feeling a little bit kind of out of sorts with it. So when I do my video this week, I'm going to really focus on trying to get back what I had before. Oh, I am so hungry now. My tummy is going to rumble again, I'm sure. Yes, right on cue. stamping on the back. That's who else I should mention. I did a project for, I didn't film it, but I might actually do a kind of retro filming. I did a video, I didn't do a video, I made something for Betsy Doodle. Oh gosh, now that I see that, that would have been nice. Can I wipe that off? Would that wipe off? Should I try? Should I bother? I'll go with this. I can always put a stamp on it another time. So, yes, it's coming up for Betsy Doodle's 60th birthday next month. She has a thing where she's asked people to send her things, and she's doing kind of giveaways. So I think it's still open until the start of May, maybe early May, when her actual birthday is. So, you know, I'll put a link, and if you wanted to join in, then I'm sure she'd be delighted to hear from you. And I'll put an actual link to the video. I'll put a link to her channel, and I'll also try and remember to put a link to the actual video where she explains what to do. But she is such a lovely person. Everybody is in the kind of craft community. It's people are just so nice. Oh, that little bit of gold just goes nicely there. Right, where's my butterfly gone? It's sitting there. Okay, camera off for a second till I find my butterfly. Tanya and I were talking about this last night, how you can have something and then all of a sudden it just disappears. Excuse me. Definitely needing to keep dampening down my throat. And I'm absolutely certain it's the sand. There we go. That fits quite nicely. Right, something for up here. Something like this go. These were sticky labels. I think I did them with jelly printing. It changes the colour a bit, but maybe it picks up the green. So oh, it's ridiculous, I know. Always tearing these little edges off, but I can't help it. It's just the way I need to do things. I'm going to put that like that. Do a little bit of a patch job here. Use up every little tiny bit. There we go. It looks disjointed in some ways, but in other ways it's okay. What's quite good is that these are already sticky. Right, any other gaps? Any other gaps? I know what I want to do. I want to put a piece of gold paper along here, just to hide that white line. I shall cut around it and then I'll know better where the line is. There's maybe less than I thought. I do need to tidy the page up a bit anyway. Now, I wanted to try and keep the straight edge just to make it easier. Quite like adding these little pieces of gold. Okay, that's not going to stick as I wanted it to. That's all right. A blob of glue and we will be fine. Can't remember if I said it in this video or if it was in the first one, in my first attempt, but I have a feeling one of these days I'm going to come along to this book and all the pages are going to just kind of just fall out, not the pages but the gluing. These little fellas, guys and gals, are getting kind of lost. No, I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to add anything else, she says, then looking at a piece of tissue. Might help quieten down the background a little bit. That's just been a leaf that's been stamped at some point. So it's tissue, but adding this will still see what's underneath through it, but it will just help kind of quieten it a little bit. space here. I thought I had another piece of tissue. But maybe I didn't pick it up. So maybe that's a sign that I just need to leave this be. So there we go. As always, I thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if my conversation at times is a bit rambly. As I say, I was trying to remember some of the things from earlier. All the channel links that I've mentioned below, and if you do go and visit any of the channels, then if you'd be kind enough to say that you came over from my channel, then that would be wonderful. Not a problem if you don't, but it would just be nice if you could, because it's always nice to kind of share and you know, let people know about other channels and give others just a little bit of help. Right, that's it. Calling it a day. So thanks ever so much for watching. As always, really appreciate it. There was the other page. Quite like it. Like my sheep. Images at the end. I added that Tim Holtz moth. But other than that, it was all just kind of scraps. So a bit like this page. So yeah, bye for now.